What's up, YouTube? It's Angie, and I'm back with another video on the Galaxy Fold. This video is not so much about the technical aspects of it, my daily use cases for the device. No, this is more of a quality of life video and what it's like to use this device on a regular basis. Now, the first thing I would have to say to would-be buyers of the Galaxy Fold, this, in my personal opinion, believe it or not, is not a daily driver. When the phone was first announced, I remember I had said that in a post. Now that I actually have the phone and I am keeping the phone, I can honestly say that what I said still holds true. This is not the phone you use on a regular basis. First of all, there's too many caveats to using the device. No, I don't use it with baby gloves on anymore. I use it as I use my phones. But there's always that little inkling in the back of my head. You need to be just a tad bit more careful because of the type of screen it has on the inside. This is not the phone you use if you were going running and jogging and doing all kinds of crazy outdoor activities. This is more of the phone you use when you're in a more or less controlled environment and you know what is going on with your day to day, your hour to hour. The hazardous surprises are not plentiful. If your lifestyle is way more active, this is not the phone for you. That's when you get one of the Samsung Active line or one of the Motorola's that are more rugged, things along those lines. This device is more of a showpiece. The phone you have when you're going out and you want to say, hey, look what I have. This is a phone that is the bleeding edge of mobile tech, and you want to be a part of it. It works fine for just about everything you could possibly do. But it's still not a prototype, but it's still first generation, and it does show. I'm not talking about the size. You come to grips with its thickness. This is a thick device. There's no doubt. But it's two screens. You open it, and it's back to being thin. But this really is the size of two regular S10s, or maybe a Note 10 or Pixel. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, maybe a little thinner than the Pixel 3A. Yeah, a little bit. But yeah, this is that kind of device. Now that I have the device and I'm keeping the device, I can say that it's not a daily driver. I remember I said that in a post when the device was first announced, and people got on me saying, how do you expect to pay so much money and claim the phone is not a daily driver? But because it's not. Just from a safety point of view, waterproofing, shockproof, and all that, this phone doesn't have it. Your daily driver, at least to me, should be a phone that handles everything you can possibly throw at it with your day. My handy dandy Note 8 that is actually recording this video has been my daily driver for the past 3 years. And I've gone through a lot of phones in that time, and it always comes back to this. It has a headphone jack. I love music. When my buds, wherever I put the buds, I don't even know. When my buds die, when my over-ears die, or I forget to bring them, whatever the case might be, I have my handy-dandy Bang & Olufsen in-ear wired headphones plugged into my phone, and I'm good to go. Now, people might not think that's a big deal, but it would suck if it didn't have that headphone jack. My Note 8 is also waterproof. It's also shock resistant to an extent. This thing has had so many falls over the years, and there's not a crack on it. The screen is still pristine. Yes, your little scratch here and there because it's an older device. It's been through some ish. but it holds true that this device here has gone through it, and it's still in perfect working condition. It's starting to show its age in speed simply because it's done so much. This happens. It's a Snapdragon, what, 835, 845, 6 gigs of RAM, I think, and 64 gigs of storage. Maybe it's 4 gigs of RAM. No, I think it's 6. Anyway, it's an older device that at the time was the top of the line, cream of the crop, and it's proven itself in that. The S Pen I take notes. I went to the store the other day, and there was a problem when I took out the S Pen from the phone to take down the number and all the notes that I need for the endeavor I was entering. I use my devices how they're supposed to be used. And it's reasons like that why I can say that the Fold is not a daily driver. People compare it to the Note 10. I compare it more to the S10 Plus 5G. There's no S Pen like the S10. It's a S10 that you can unfold with 12 gigs of RAM and 512 storage, and it flies, it moves. When you want to do something, you can do most of it. But then again, you have the screen. This is not a hard screen. Not at all. This screen here, it's not the kind of screen you want to drop on its face. It's not the kind of screen you want to just leave hang about. You have to have a little bit more, what is it, time car? You have to have a little bit more caution when using this. So, and not everyone knows how to do that. They're used to being able to do whatever they want with their devices, that they crack glass screens, Gorilla Glass screens, screens that aren't supposed to be cracked. They find a way to do it. If you treat this phone like that, it might just damn near explode. It's not for that. Hence, not the daily driver phone. Your daily driver should handle every situation, from your audio with your headphones, to waterproofing, to shockproof, to expandable memory, to be able to plug into this and play that. It should do everything you need to do from the device. This here is a secondary. This is the device you use, that you bring just to bring it. It makes a few things easier, more enjoyable. But when push comes to shove, you know what device you're going to use. And it's not this. This here, playing games, great. Watching videos, great. Doing anything on social media, great. Typing, great. Reading, great. But it's nothing my Note can do. It's just more enjoyable on the bigger screen. And when I have the phone and people see it, it is the talk. It's really fun seeing people's eyes widen when you open the phone and they realize that there's more screen on the inside. It's amazing how many people don't know this phone actually exists. In the short time that I've used the phone, that I really began to take the phone with me everywhere, and instead of bringing out whatever other phone might be in my pocket, I've been bringing out this one, trying to get into the groove of using this as the main device when I'm not at work. Note that, not at work. It's been very enjoyable. I went to the movies to see the Joker. I had my tickets on the phone. Now, when I pulled out the phone, the guy figured it's just a phone. But when I opened it, his eyes went wide, and he saw the QR code. He's like, "Wait, that's not a phone." I'm like, "Yeah, it is. It's a phone that can fold." He said, "Oh my God, that's amazing." I had other similar situations where I've gone, when I bring out the phone to use it, they're all like, "Oh my God, how does that work? How does the glass fold? How does any of that even make sense? We've never seen anything like that." And that's what this phone is. It is to show off the tech that is coming, the future tech. Make people aware that this kind of stuff does exist. It's not just about glass slabs, your iPhones and your OnePlus and your Googles and Samsungs and Sonys. It's not all about this bar style phone that we've been so happy to adopt. everything has been this candy bar style for so long that when they see a new form factor, they can't fully wrap their minds around it. And I feel that's what this phone is to do, to get them ready to accept the inevitable future that phones will soon be folding. Your device will be a bar and open into your tablet, and you can do all the work you need it to do. The what's it called? Mate X comes out end of October, so I read. Very limited edition. They have an unboxing on YouTube. If you haven't seen it, you should take a look at it. Very nice device. I'm going to try to get one of those too, just for comparison's sake. But that's the future of the world. Once they get this plastic substrate here figured out, once they figure out how to make it not as easily torn, no, not as what's the word? I can't even think of it right now. But once they figure out how to make this screen more damage resistant, all phones will be like this fold. But with that said, it is a wonderful phone to use for the situations you use it in. Like I said, I've been using it on a regular basis outside of work. I take it with me to work, but it's not the main device I use at work. But when I go out in the evenings or with the family during the day, this is the one that I have taken with me just to become accustomed to having this device on me. But I want this phone to be there. Even if it's not the main phone, I want it there. So when my daughters saw it, they asked, can they have one too? Of course not, no way in hell, but they were enamored with it. Oh my God, how does it do that? As you all can see, I drive a bus. When some of the kids on the bus saw me reading or watching YouTube on the phone, their eyes grew. Oh my God, that's so amazing. Can I touch it? Can I fold it? And you know what? I let them, because it's not a baby phone. It can handle that kind of attention. Open, close, open, close. Can I see this? Can I do that? And it works fine. No damage to the phone at all. It handled kindergarten kids. Oh my God, that's amazing. Yeah. This phone can deal with that kind of craziness on a regular. It's not as fragile as many people would have you think. When I went to the store, Samsung Pay, boo. Oh my God, is that a phone? Yeah, it is. How does that work? It is really a conversational piece. And with more phones like this, it will bring the world more in line with what tech has to offer and what is coming. Slowly move them away from what they expect to the unexpected but more efficient. I really enjoy using this phone. I do wish to God it had an S Pen and a few more safety features. If that was the case, yes, my Note would have been laid to rest. Put along the side neatly with all my other phones that don't get as much use. I like to keep my old phone. I don't go doing trade-ins, and it's not often, and sell this and sell that. No, I put money towards this device. This device deserves my respect. We'll put it down. We'll lay it to rest the proper way. If this phone had an S Pen, not even the waterproof aspect, but the S Pen, oh my God, it would be perfect. Or almost. You still need a headphone jack. I don't like dongles, though I do have them. I'd rather not. I'm not with that quote-unquote dongle life. But yeah, that's what I feel about this device. If you are in the market for the Fold, know what you're getting yourself into. This one is not supposed to replace your current phone. It is definitely not. Because it's more fragile than all, but not as fragile as they'd have you believe. It can take it to an extent. Certain things that will not damage your current phone, probably if the screen is open, will damage this phone. Know what you're buying when you get this phone. Don't say, oh my God, it's a new one, I have to. It's not necessarily a have to at all. many people have not recommended this phone for the everyday man, and I have to agree, it's not for the everyday man or woman. Definitely not for kids. It takes a certain type of person to realize what they have when they have this device, and how to properly use this device. It's not an iPhone. It's not any of your Notes or your Xperia 1s or P30s or Mate 20s or whatever is out there. It's not that. This is a glimpse at the future of tech. You need to be careful. You need to use it right. And you will enjoy using this phone. Playing games, beautiful. Reading, beautiful. Movies, beautiful. Most social media sites, great. I edit on this one. I found a very nice video editor. I'm trying to learn editing with this YouTube thing. And yeah, I can edit on my OnePlus. That's a nice screen. Things move all smooth. But to edit on this is such a pleasure. There's so much more space to work with. And that's what I think this is about. Knowing that you have a phone that can turn to a tablet and vice versa. It is great. Well, that's it for now. I'll finish up later. This is Angie and the Galaxy Fold. This is what I'm into.